This is Wednesday, June 3rd. You're watching Compass on CBC. Here's what's making news on P.E.I. A blockbuster deal for P.E.I.'s film industry. The province is investing $5 million in the highly anticipated Netflix series This Summer Will Be Different. Wild oyster fishers are halfway through their spring season and some are ready to give up. We'll take you to the Brudenell River with the latest. And what should Cornwall look like in 5 years? The town is looking for public input on a new official plan. Details ahead on how you can weigh in. Good evening, I'm Louise Martin. Thank you for joining us. Netflix is coming to Prince Edward Island. It's filming a new series this summer based on a best-selling book, and provincial officials say it's a big deal for the economy. Connor Lamont reports.
This summer, P.E.I.'s film industry will look a little different. The province is investing millions into a Netflix project that will be shot here on the island. It's called This Summer Will Be Different, and officials say it's the largest production to ever come to the island.
They're going to spend a lot of money here in Prince Edward Island, and again, it's great for the arts and culture sector here. It's great for those who are in the workforce here in Prince Edward Island. It's great for those of us who want the world to know everything that's wonderful about Prince Edward Island.
The 10-episode series is based on a New York Times best-selling book by Canadian author Carly Fortune. It's a romance set in P.E.I. Filming will take place here and in Toronto.
We knew, without a doubt, that we had to film here on the island. There's simply no substitute for this special place. And we couldn't be more thrilled to be filming here this summer.
The province is investing $5 million in the form of a rebate, calling it the largest investment ever in the local film industry. It says it will create jobs for 75 people, like production assistants, painters, and caterers.
It puts us on the map. I mean, you know, having worked in different locations, you know, and you see the shows that are done and their impact. You know, tourism dollars, the economic spin-off that you get. So it's not just about the productions, it's also about the local economy and how they benefit from these things.
A big part of The Summer Will Be Different is the Tyne Valley Oyster Festival. They do a lot of shellfish eating and dining within the book. Certainly in a time that's been really devastating for our oyster industry, this will hopefully help turn that page a bit as we continue to build our way back.
P.E.I.'s Liberal Party recently questioned how much support the PC government would give to the Netflix show, saying it was risking a major opportunity. But Lance says the show will go on.
There's no doubt that it's going to happen, and I never had any doubt that we'd enter into this partnership.
Netflix didn't say when production might wrap up, where it will be shot, or how many local island actors could be hired. Connor Lamont, CBC News, Victoria.
Some wild oyster fishers say they're ready to give up just halfway through their spring season. They say there are just no oysters left to fish almost. Nancy Russell has their story.
These wild oyster fishers say it has been tough going so far this spring. 2 oyster diseases are taking a toll on the rivers where they fish. Many say there won't be enough oysters to make it to the end of June.
A few of the rivers, everything's dead where we usually go, so you try to find a few oysters where you can find them, and you stay there until they're pretty well gone. It's just heartbreaking because you're fishing them, and then in the back of your head, it's like, what are we going to do next year? Is there anything going to be alive next year? You're always thinking of the future to come, because this spring, everybody said, oh, there's going to be a few dead, but until you really get in the water and you start fishing, you don't realize how bad it is.
Tammy Coughlin and her husband Randy are from Western P.E.I. and moved here instead of making the 4-hour round trip.
Oh, it's a big decision to make, whether or not, because you don't know if there's going to be oysters, and you got to pay out the money to rent your cottage. And it's hard, like when you're used to going out and you're getting, there's 2 of us fishing, so we usually get 10 boxes a day. And now we're down to 4 boxes a day. It just, by the time you get everything paid, it's just hard to make a living at it anymore.
Amanda Wagner and her husband have also moved here for the spring season.
Very discouraging, frustrating, stressful, emotional. It's hard. The kids miss us.
The federal government has offered to buy back licenses from wild oyster fishers who are struggling to make ends meet because of MSX and Dermo.
The government put out $6.2 million for a buyback, but I don't have grade 12, and I'm at the age, what am I going to go back to school to do?
Their worry now is running out of healthy oysters here, even before the spring season finishes at the end of June.
Oh no, there's no way this spring fishing's gonna last into June. No way.
I've never had anxiety before. And now when you start thinking about it, it's just like your heart races, and it's terrible. It's a terrible feeling to not know whether or not you're going to be able to pay your payments.
Do what I can, I guess. I got 3 kids I gotta feed, roof over the head, so I gotta put my head down. That's all I can do.
The wild oyster fishers are back on the water in September for the fall season, racing against time to make enough money to get them through the winter. Nancy Russell, CBC News, Brudenell.
And for more on Nancy's story and more stories on how the oyster industry is grappling with those 2 diseases, MSX and Dermo, you can visit our website, cbc.ca/PEI. Well, it turned into a rather beautiful sunshiny day, and I think it's even going to be nicer or at least warmer tomorrow, Jay.
Rain, cold. No, you're right, Louise. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I didn't want to scare folks. We've had too much of the weather going the other way. And today was still on the cool side as well, despite being very sunny this afternoon for most areas. But we will see temperatures 20 to 26 degrees as we look ahead to your Thursday. Could feel closer to 30 in a few spots with the humidex. Let's take a look at what we can expect over the next 24 hours. Mainly clear conditions this evening and overnight. Temperatures will dip anywhere from as cool as 8 to as warm as 12 degrees, depending on where you're at on PEI tonight. That's near or above seasonal, though, and that's because that wind after midnight veering around to the south to southwest, picking up as well, 20, gusting to 40 kilometers per hour. Could see gusts higher than that for exposed areas. Now, that's blustery, and later in the day tomorrow, gusts beyond 50K possible, but it's a warmer wind direction that will see temperatures with a lot of sunshine, just a few passing clouds, climb into the low to mid-20s. Factoring in the humidity, we could see those temperatures feeling 2, 3, even 4 degrees warmer. So a little taste of summer for your Thursday. Doesn't last for the weekend, though. But we'll be back with more details on that, your full forecast just ahead.
All right, thank you, Jay. The commissioner of the review of IRAC wants to hear from Islanders. That review is looking into how the commission handles land ownership decisions, appeal processes, and how it's held accountable. So people can submit feedback on the review's website. That's iracreview.ca. The deadline is July 31st. There will also be public sessions between June 24th and July 8th. If you want to present in person at one of those meetings, you have to register before June 15th. The final report is scheduled to be complete by November. Once again, that website, iracreview, all one word, .ca. The future of Cornwall will soon be in a new document. Staff are working on the official plan for the next 5 years, and the town is expecting record development to continue. Cody McKay has that story.
Cornwall is expecting a lot of growth over the next decade, and the town wants to make sure that people who live here have a say in how that happens, as staff are looking at a new official plan and zoning and development bylaw.
I think you're going to see a significant change in the next 5 to 10 years, and we just want to make sure that's done reasonably, responsibly, where we keep the character of the town, because that's why people move here. So.
No surprise, one of the big talks of the town is housing, as it is one of the fastest growing communities on PEI. The population went up more than 20% from 2016 to 2021, and there are no signs of slowing down since then. Staff say bigger apartment buildings are meeting that growth, but there's still plenty of room to develop single-family homes.
It used to be a 12-unit apartment building. Now we're doing 42, 60. So we have adjusted that, but it's not a priority for us yet. We still do have a lot of open space that once infrastructure can be installed, provide us opportunity. We're not running out of space yet.
Cornwall is also focused on attracting business, especially more offices, retail stores, and restaurants to keep people in the community.
I think it'd be great for the town of Cornwall having more businesses come in.
just draw more people to the main street, bring more people in the community and get more people engaged in the town.
There are certain types of needs that you want to deliver in your community, such as pharmacies, gas stations, restaurants, things of that nature, to be able to not only hold our residents in our community to shop in our community, but to attract visitors as well.
Now, as the town looks at undertaking all that work, it says the Main Street plan it developed before the pandemic is still happening, which looked at the core area behind me here and reshaping it. Town staff still say that continues to inform planning decisions in this area. Cody McKay, CBC News, Cornwall.
A new judge has been appointed to the Provincial Court of P.E.I. This is to replace Judge Nancy Orr, who is going to be working part-time. Jonah Clements has been appointed to the court. He started in the role today. Before this, he was Deputy Minister of Justice and Public Safety. He'd been in that role since 2021. Provincial court judges are chosen by a committee. Representatives from the Bar Association, the Law Society, and the Chief Judge are on it. It's moving week at the P.E.I. Humane Society. Equipment and animals are going from the old building to a brand new one. That means the offices are closed to the public for now. Tony Davis has an update.
Good job, buddy.
It's moving day for these little ones. The P.E.I. Humane Society has a brand new space. It took years of fundraising and construction work to get this new building ready.
It's going to be slow. We're moving animals here, there, and everywhere. And of course, there's lots of supplies, food, all that kind of thing that needs to go as well. So it's going to be gradual while our staff are still doing their regular day-to-day duties.
The Humane Society is closed for now. Adoptions will continue through appointments. Some small animals are already in their new home. Cats are now making the move.
Dogs will take a little bit longer because we're still waiting on our dog kennels to be installed. So for the time being, we're actually planning to work between the two buildings where dogs are in one and everybody else is in the other.
The new building cost about $8 million. Travis says there was some government support, but most of the money came from donations. The new space is much bigger. It has things the old building didn't have, like a surgical suite and a much bigger bathing area.
We run out of hot water in the old building regularly throughout the day. It's super common. In our new facility, that will not be a problem. We've also got a lot more space between animals and specifically between species in the new building. So dogs and cats are quite far apart from one another. They're not going to hear one another. They're not going to see one another. Prey animals like guinea pigs and rabbits aren't going to see any predators while they're in our care.
There's no date yet on when the new facility will be open to the public. Travis says there will be a soft launch announced on the Humane Society's social media pages in the next few weeks. Tony Davis, CBC News, Charlottetown.
The Canadian Wildlife Health Cooperative wants to know when you see a bat. Experts say it's a busy time of year for the animals. Some are waking up after hibernating all winter. Others have migrated up from the south, and officials say the reports help them keep track of the health of the bat population.
We do have a database that we keep all of this information in, and we share it with our federal and provincial partners. Those are funding agencies. Those are all the people that are involved in, bat research across the Atlantic Canada. So we always make sure that folks are okay with that, and it is stored in our database so we can observe longer term trends over years or spatial trends over different geographic areas.
The number to call if you see a bat is 1-833-434-BATS. That's 1-833-434-2287. And just another reminder, you can now watch Compass on YouTube. You can find our page by typing youtube.com/@CBCPEI in your browser or search @CBCPEI on the YouTube website. More shots from above Cornwall this afternoon. It was a beautiful day out there today, and tomorrow it's going to feel more like summer, finally. Although it's not going to stick around too long. But stick around for the full forecast in about 3.5 minutes.
I'm Mitch Cormier. Coming up Thursday on Island Morning, we will meet an island woman who is now a resident of Andrews, the long-term care facility. She's become a client after working at Andrews for a number of years. We'll find out what that transition is like on the next Island Morning.
No complaints about that sunshine today. And you know what? I actually quite like that temperature.
And we'll be back.
It was comfortable.
After a short break? No, I'm kidding.
It was comfortable.
It was nice. Tomorrow's going to be a little on the muggy side, though.
Muggy.
Well, you're happy. I wanted to stop you right there. Everyone's happy. Let's just pause. But no, I think tomorrow we'll have folks really beaming. But I want to, before we talk about the future, which is my jurisdiction when it comes to coverage here on Compass, I want to look back to May, because did you find it cold and damp?
Yes,
I did.
it felt
Dreary?
Soggier than a typical May.
And temperature-wise?
Yeah, I would say it was cooler.
Yeah, I
we had
thought
a couple
so too.
of like really warm days.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah.
I thought so too.
But
we'll start with precipitation. We're part right in how we felt. Partly right. That is
so more rain.
A lot of rain. Actually, looking at the data out of the airport here in town, that is the 5th wettest May on record.
Okay.
Those records, and going back to like the last time it was as soggy as this May was back in 2017, and the records go all the way back to the 1800s. So that's the 5th wettest on record. 200% of normal in terms of rainfall, and that includes a little bit of snow at the beginning of the month of May as well. Certainly had a lot of frost advisories too. But there's normal precipitation. There's what we saw, essentially double the average rainfall for the month of May. And looking at Slemon Park in Summerside, about 150 or just over 150% of normal rainfall for you as well. But temperature-wise, as we take a look at the calendar, yeah, the month really did wrap on a very cold, chilly, dreary at times note. A lot of frost advisories, soggy days, cool and windy days. But as we look to the beginning of the month, particularly as we look to even later in the month, May 20th, that was the record breaker where temperatures soared near 30. When you average it out, it was actually near to slightly above normal. And actually, both Summerside and Charlottetown with the long climate records, you were looking at, and great observations, you were looking at temperatures between half to nearly a degree above normal. So it was slightly warmer than normal. So May was mild? Yes, just not the last couple of weeks. Certainly into the first few days of June as well. Today, not too bad, though. It's a big spread in terms of temperatures. You can see cooler near the water, warmer, as always, in Maple Plains this time of day when we got a lot of sunshine, getting that daytime heating going. We're going to see temperatures, though, generally near 20 degrees on the cool end tomorrow to as warm as 25, 26 on the warm end. And you can add 2 or 3, even 4 degrees for a few spots with a humidex in terms of what it will feel like tomorrow. So lots of sunshine at the moment. We will watch for that wind to pick up later this evening, southerly to southwesterly, 20 gusting over 40K through the overnight hours tonight. That's blustery, but it's from a warmer and more humid wind direction. So with a lot of sunshine in the forecast and that warm and humid air moving in with that southwest wind, we can expect temperatures to rise. So just a few passing clouds through the overnight hours tonight. Mainly sunny tomorrow. We will see a few passing clouds, likely some high cloud. If we see it, I do expect it to be mainly sunny, a little sunnier than what we're seeing here. And then as we work into your Friday, still holding under the sunnier conditions in the morning, few passing clouds, but mainly sunny at times through the afternoon as well. But temperatures will be a big change from Thursday to your Friday as the wind veers around to a more northerly, cooler wind direction, and those cooler temperatures could persist, or below seasonal anyway, into the weekend as well. So through the overnight hours tonight, between 10 and 11 degrees for western areas, just a few clouds, mainly sunny for most of the day tomorrow. Temperatures between 21 and 26 degrees, could feel 28, 29 in a few spots, factoring in the humidex. Central and eastern areas, temperatures between 8 and 10 degrees for the eastern half of the island tonight, and we will see those temperatures up between 20 and 25. Tomorrow, again, could feel as warm as 27, 28, with the humidex for inland areas into the afternoon tomorrow. Big change, but still fairly sunny for your Friday. Cooler with some wet weather arriving Saturday afternoon and evening. Showers could persist with cooler temperatures into Sunday. Monday a bit below seasonal, but there is hope. By Tuesday, Wednesday, the middle of next week, we do see those temperatures back over 20 degrees. We're getting there. All right, let's take a look at our first photo for you tonight. Patricia Lewis sending this one in. It's some interesting cloud formations near Hebron. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And she's asking any insight into what these clouds are. I would say they're either undulatus or asperatus clouds. So they're typically associated with instability. These were taken yesterday, and that likely has to do with the convective weather we saw. We had some graupel reported. We had some thunder showers reported, some locally heavy downpours. So this is because of that convective, very summer-like weather, despite the lack of summer-like heat yesterday.
It's a cool pattern.
Yeah, very cool.
I'm with you, Patricia. Interesting cloud formation indeed.
If you want to send us your photos, I love a good weather quiz on clouds, by the way. Drop them into our inbox. The address is compass@cbc.ca.
Thanks, Jay. Well, if you'd like to become a little more tech savvy, there's a free program available on P.E.I. Tech and Talk offers information sessions that help Islanders age 55 and over gain confidence using their phones, tablets, computers, and other devices. How does it work? Find out after the break. Well, if you've ever struggled with figuring out how to use your cell phone or computer, this is for you. The province is offering free sessions aimed at empowering Islanders 55 plus to learn more about their devices. This is actually the third year for Tech and Talk. Haley Arsenault is the manager of the Office of Seniors and joins me tonight in studio. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for having me.
So Tech and Talk. Third year, so there's clearly a need for this. Tell me more about how these sessions work.
Sure. So essentially, Tech and Talk is a two-part kind of event. So first part is really about the talk part.
Okay.
So really, the first part is a presentation component where people can learn a little bit more of an overview of their devices, but also a little bit about scams and frauds and being safe on the internet, which is, of course, very important.
Big part of it, yeah.
For sure. And then the second part is where seniors 55 and over can essentially get help with their specific needs and their devices. So tablets, laptops, cell phones, things like that.
And everything, right? Everything these days is a lot of it anyway, is done on the internet, on your phone. So how has the turnout been in previous years?
Yeah, honestly, the turnout's been great. Last summer, we had about 200 seniors come to our events, which is wonderful in summer because, of course, PEI summers are beautiful, so it's hard to get people indoors, but obviously the need is there, and the feedback has been excellent in years past, so we're very excited to host again.
I want to hear about that feedback, but I want to ask first, what are the most common frustrations you hear from people when they attend these sessions?
Yeah, most of the questions are really specific to them. So we find a lot of people are asking about social media, how to use it safely, how to access it, email addresses, and also about setting up their device specifically for them. So how do I make the font size bigger? How do I, all of those kinds of things.
I've already done that.
Yeah, we all have. Yeah. So that's kind of what we hear the most. And then occasionally we'll get other questions that might be a little bit more complex, but for the most part, it really does focus on the device itself and also just being connected to others digitally, essentially.
And what benefits have you heard, from participants who've experienced in the program in years past?
Yeah, some of the best ones are about those social connection pieces. So a lot of it is about, we might teach them how to use FaceTime. And so they're able to connect with their kids and grandkids across the province and also country, really.
Yeah.
And so that's the really fun part for us, is getting to see like the improvements in real time.
Who teaches these sessions?
Mostly it's youth volunteers, which is awesome because we love the intergenerational component too, where they can learn from each other. Youth get just as much out of it as the seniors do. And so it's mostly high school and post-secondary students who we have as volunteers who come and provide that tech support.
And are you still looking for people to help out?
We will be glad to take more volunteers. We're hoping that the turnout is really great this summer, and I'm sure being here will help with that. And so, yeah, we're always looking for more volunteers. They can reach out to us if they think this would be a good fit for them.
Yeah, so who are you looking for? Who can help with this? I'm assuming you have to be fairly tech savvy.
Yeah, ideally it's someone who feels comfortable also kind of doing that presentation component or that one-on-one support. We've in the past seen a lot of people in health services in university and post-secondary in general, and of course computer science students and things. But essentially, you know, if it's something that sounds like a good fit for you, just reach out and we'll see if it's a good fit.
And the most important part, how can people register and where are these sessions being held?
Yeah, so again, 14 communities across PEI, so we are essentially tip to tip in providing service. And people can reach out either by phone, so numbers 902-218-2051, or they can email seniors@gov.pe.ca, and registration's very simple and we'll help you through the process.
And it's free?
It's free. Yeah.
Where did the idea for this start in the first place?
Yeah, it just kind of started from some of our Seniors Navigator requests that were coming in, and really also the move to more of a digital world. And so, you know, we provide some support here and there to get devices, but a lot of the times we don't help people learn all of its functions and capabilities. And, you know, obviously we all remember COVID, where that was a big component. So that social connection piece is also really where it stems from as well.
We do get a lot of questions from people who don't have access to primary care about Maple. And I know this won't deal directly about Maple, but was that part of the conversation about sort of getting people more comfortable online?
Right. Not for us in terms of Tech and Talk, like you said, because we have youth volunteers, we don't want sensitive information to be shared. But there are mechanisms that we can provide support for things like Maple. So if someone did have a concern or needed a request, they can reach out to our Seniors Navigators or 211, for example, and we can connect you with the right support to access services like that.
There's so much in these devices that it's the tip of the iceberg, I'm assuming, from what I even know. So do you get a lot of questions about what else can I do? And
absolutely, yep. For sure. And it's nice because when we host Tech and Talk, we're able to expand more on their knowledge and skills. So because we're hosting so many sessions, if someone comes to an earlier session, ideally, you know, they build upon the knowledge that they've learned, and we can continue to help them learn what all the capabilities that your device has.
There's always more to learn.
There is, yeah.
When do the sessions begin?
They start at the end of June and go to the 1st of September for the summer.
Amazing. Well, I'm sure you'll get a good turnout.
I hope so. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Haley, for joining us.
Thanks.
And as we go to break, here's a look at the current temperatures across the country. 14 degrees right now in Charlottetown, and we are back with our community, the national and international news. You're watching Compass on CBC.
welcome to our community. I will start with introductions. So we'll start here. You are?
Maureen Jenkins.
Margaret Stewart.
Sarah McMillan Miller.
Margaret Prowse.
And?
Dave Jenkins.
And do you want to know what these four lovely participants have in common?
They're all wearing purple?
They're all wearing purple. We are all wearing purple, but you have to do something they do not, and that is?
I get to speak.
You get to speak. So I guess there was like a drawing of straws, and you ended up...
Short straw, unfortunately.
All right, so congratulations to you four. All right, so let's talk about, first of all, I mean, this is obviously because of my age, 30?
Yep, it's the...
No, we have to be factual. That is not the case. But this is a big anniversary.
Yeah, it's the 30th anniversary for the Gutsy Walk this year.
All right, so tell me about the Gutsy Walk, and this is an important fundraiser for Crohn's and Colitis Canada, and tell me about how important that money is.
The money goes towards research and helping out anybody with the support systems and things like that. This year we're going to be hosting it at the Cornwall Civic Center.
So this is a new location. That's the first time this event has been held at that Cornwall location?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so what can folks expect when they arrive this Sunday morning? Don't ask me about the weather just yet, but they arrive this Sunday morning at 11:30 to register.
So registration's at 11:30 and the walk begins at 1.
And how far is the walk?
The walk goes for...
Oh, you might have to talk.
Yeah. It's about a 20-minute walk.
Yeah.
It's a quick walk.
Oh, I like that.
Comfortable.
Very comfortable. All right. And so you said the funds being raised here, this helps for both research into Crohn's and colitis, but also support locally here on PEI. Tell me about that support.
There's over 1,000 people here on the island with Crohn's, colitis, or irritable bowel symptoms, so it helps support all those people.
All right, so this is helping out islanders and also helping out with that national goal in terms of research and finding more medical support for Crohn's and colitis. So how does it work if I wanted to sign up? Am I registering a team or how do I go about doing that?
You can register your team, or you can register the day of at the event this Sunday at the Cornwall Civic Center and just show up and we'll help you walk, get around.
And is there any set amount that you need to raise to take part, or is this just open if you show up at 11:30?
Happy that you participate.
All right, so...
shirt.
Yeah.
Raise $150.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a bonus there.
There's a bonus. So if you'd like the shirt, $150 is the starting point to qualify for the shirt?
Yep.
All right, you did want to talk. I can tell. All right, so if I want to find out more information, we've had a phone number up on the screen, but you have a pretty active Facebook page as well?
Yes, we do.
All right, so you can check it out on Facebook, or if I want to head to the website, there's one specifically for the walk.
The website is gutsywalk.ca.
There you go. It ended up being a team effort in the end. Thank you so much, folks, for stopping by. Hopefully that shower activity ends before the walk gets underway at 1 o'clock this Sunday, Cornwall at the Civic Center. Thank you so much. If you'd like to drop by, just drop us an email. The address is peicommunity@cbc.ca.
Prime Minister Mark Carney says the threat of new tariffs from the United States is not a surprise. Washington says it will impose a 10% tariff on goods from Canada and dozens of other countries because those countries are not doing enough to enforce bans on forced labor. Ashley Burke reports.
Is the new U.S. tariff a negotiating tactic? Despite Tuesday's trade talks in Washington, Canada is now on a list of countries Donald Trump plans to hit with new tariffs.
This is not a surprise. It's something that the U.S. has been planning for a few months.
In a new report, Trump's administration is accusing Canada and others of failure to enforce rules to keep out goods made with forced labor, and is proposing an additional 10% levy, but exempting CUSMA-compliant goods.
We support the overall objective, the U.S. action, I should say, and I would note that, in effect, how it's drafted for the vast majority of Canadian trade, it will not have an impact.
Carney now promising to introduce legislation soon to do more to address forced labor.
Canada has a very strong legislative regime against forced labor in supply chains. We don't want any element of forced labor coming in goods and services.
The Conservatives have long called on the government to act.
If you look at the number of shipments that have been stopped in Canada for forced labor versus the United States as an example, clearly the current laws are not working in the way that they should.
Trump's new proposed tariffs are expected to replace old levies the president can no longer use.
Really, this is the response to the strike down by the U.S. Supreme Court of some of the emergency tariffs that President Trump brought in before. They were illegal.
It's coming up as CUSMA is up for review on July 1st, And Trump is reviving his taunts about Canada becoming America's 51st state.
I've said that ever since I've been here. That's a great discussion for the president and the prime minister to have.
Trump's ambassador to Canada reposting Trump's latest comment about the sovereignty of Canada, aimed at the very country he's posted in.
I represent the President of the United States of America. My job is to promote America's views.
The minister handling this file, Dominic LeBlanc, says the U.S. gave Canada a letter of intent about the future of CUSMA. But he says it's up to the U.S. to announce what it says and how it plans to move forward with that trade deal. Ashley Burke, CBC News, Ottawa.
CBS News has fired a veteran correspondent featured in its top-rated program, 60 Minutes. Scott Pelley was dismissed after a tense staff meeting addressing the show's future direction. Katie Nicholson has details.
But there is a North American free trade agreement.
And there shouldn't be. It's a disaster.
But it is there.
Yes.
For 22 years, Scott Pelley was one of 60 Minutes' most vaunted journalists. The CBS News stalwart was also once the network's chief evening news anchor.
For all of us at CBS News all around the world, goodbye and good luck.
But after 37 years with the so-called Tiffany Network, Pelley was fired late Tuesday after clashing with 60 Minutes' new executive producer in a fiery Monday meeting. Leaked audio of the meeting revealed Pelley said his new boss, Nick Bilton, had slender qualifications and would never be welcome. Pelley also has choice words for CBS News' controversial head, Barry Weiss, saying she was brought in to kill the show. Weiss was hired last year as CBS's parent company was acquired by Skydance Media and has since made sweeping changes. Skydance's CEO is a friend and supporter of U.S. President Donald Trump. In a statement after his dismissal, Pelley accused CBS management of trying to inject falsehoods and bias into a politically sensitive story, and the company's new owners of trying to curry a moment of favor with the Trump administration.
Well, I think anytime people who have spent their lives working in a program like 60 Minutes allege that there has been direct editorial interference, that matters.
Alan Thompson is the program director at Carleton University's School of Journalism.
I think for a lot of people, this is the canary in the coal mine for press freedom, accountability journalism, democracy. Clearly, the old guard working at 60 Minutes sees this as an assault.
Barry Weiss did speak with staff this morning and said that Pelley broke the foundation of trust and mutual respect in the newsroom, and leaders could not find a way back with him. Scott Pelley responded to Weiss's assertions, saying she lied and that there was no effort of any kind to find a way back. Katie Nicholson, CBC News, Washington.
A plan is finally in the works to move 30 beluga whales who've been living in limbo at the shuttered Marineland theme park in Niagara Falls, Ontario. Ottawa has okayed a proposal to split up the group and send the animals to several different aquariums. Lisa Shing reports.
After years of circling these tanks, new homes for 30 remaining belugas at Marineland is closer to becoming reality.
I have signed off on the transportation permits. I think this is a positive step forward.
The federal government has issued some of the permits so the animals can travel across international borders and has endorsed a rescue plan from a U.S.-based group of zoos and aquariums. It would see the animals sent to 5 facilities, 4 across the U.S. Ottawa has just approved another in Spain, the biggest in Europe. Locations it believes they'll be well cared for.
It's the standards in the institutions that I'm satisfied.
The future of the whales at the former amusement park has been uncertain as it faces financial and regulatory hurdles. Last fall, Marineland threatened to euthanize them after the federal government blocked them from going to China. The Spanish aquarium has done these sort of rescues before, saving and housing 2 belugas from the war zone in Kharkiv, Ukraine 2 years ago. The whales spent 12 hours on a cargo truck across the country, then were lifted by a crane onto a 6-seater plane and flown to Valencia, where they're reportedly thriving.
It's challenging, but it's
is not impossible.
While this particular rescue would be much bigger, this zoology professor says it can be done.
The animals have specific needs whenever they have to be moved, but the knowledge and the science behind it is really very, very well known.
In a statement, a spokesperson for the collective of aquariums told CBC News while they were prepared to activate in a matter of weeks, they don't have full authorization to move the animals yet. That includes import permits, final approvals through the Fisheries Act, and medical checks to make sure the whales are healthy enough to travel. Lisa Shing, CBC News, Toronto.
Premier Daniel Smith says Alberta's independence could cost that province nearly $400 billion. It is Smith's latest attempt to convince Albertans to vote against a referendum to separate from Canada. But some aren't sold on her math. Tristan Watershed reports.
I think I came up with almost $400 billion worth of transitional costs that we'd have to assume.
Separation continues to be top of mind, and the question of whether an independent Alberta could work remains unclear. But this new price tag from the provincial government is starting to shed some light.
We want to be very realistic about what kind of costs and inconveniences people would have in their life if they decided to vote otherwise.
At a press conference on Monday, Alberta Premier Daniel Smith estimated an upfront cost of $400 billion with an additional $25 to $50 billion annually.
We'd have to renegotiate all of our trade agreements around the world and establish trade offices. We'd have to set up a post office. We would have to regulate telecoms, banking.
Adding that $170 billion of that cost is Alberta's share of national debt alone.
They're true numbers, but I think they're a little bit on the conservative side.
This professor of economics estimates that total cost could be even higher.
I think it could be at least $500 billion, personally.
DeVay believes the reaction of international capital and trade markets is going to be severe, leading to an even bigger bill.
Literally within 3 to 5 years of Alberta independence, we could have complete zero income tax in the federal and provincial income tax in the province of Alberta.
On the other side of the coin, the Alberta separatists feel that $400 billion possibility is worth complete freedom.
$400 billion? Who cares? We're paid off in 8 years.
But DeVay says the separatists haven't fully factored in the cost of creating a brand new national government out of nothing.
If it actually was a good idea in terms of costs and benefits, now and in the long term for me, my daughter, etc., sure, I would be on board. But the numbers literally that have been put out by the independent side do not work.
We put over $800 billion into Confederation through equalization in the last 30 years, right? If you put compound interest on that, Canada owes us $4 or $5 trillion.
Alberta's Minister of Finance says the provincial government is aiming to give Albertans a clear understanding of the financial impacts that would come with separating. The province plans to put out a full report on the costs in the coming months. Tristan Watershed, CBC News, Edmonton.
A protest has erupted over a British teen's death last year. Police handcuffed and arrested the 18-year-old after he'd been stabbed. Now, the body camera footage of that incident has been released. Julia Chapman reports, but first, a warning. This next story contains distressing details.
This protest came about after the release by police of the body-worn camera footage from the night of the incident. Last night, the city of Southampton in southern England saw hundreds of protesters taking to the streets, including some prominent right-wing figures. This goes back to December when Henry Novak, an 18-year-old, was stabbed to death on the streets of Southampton. And when police responded to the call for help, they were initially told that Novak had carried out a racist attack against Vikram Digwa, the man who it later transpired had stabbed Novak 5 times. So when police arrived, they handcuffed Novak and ignored his pleas for help. We can show some footage of that moment now, and a warning to our viewers, it is distressing as it shows the moments after he has been stabbed.
What's happened to you, all right? Been stabbed. You've been stabbed? Whereabouts? I don't think you have, mate.
Novak later lost consciousness. The officers tried to revive him. That's when they realized that he had been stabbed, but they were unable to save his life. Now, demonstrators and right-wing politicians here in the UK say this is a result of two-tier policing. They say that the officers in question placed undue prominence on the claim that there had been a racist attack and not enough on the cries for help from Henry Novak. Keir Starmer, the British Prime Minister, has said there are serious questions for the police to answer. There will be an investigation that is ongoing by the police watchdog in England, and one of the elements they're looking at is the potential impact of guidance for police officers about anti-racism.
The attacks directed towards police officers in Southampton last night were disgraceful and completely unacceptable. This is a time for serious work, not rage.
Those words echoing those of Novak's family, who say although they condemn the way their son was treated by the police, they don't want his death to be used as an excuse to stoke tensions here. Julia Chapman, CBC News, London.
A ceremony took place in Ottawa today to bid farewell and say thank you to outgoing Governor General Mary Simon. She is the first Indigenous person to serve in that role. Senators, MPs, and the Prime Minister attended an event to mark the end of her term in office.
The rights of more than 1 million Indigenous peoples are protected in Canada's Constitution, in large part because of Mary Simon's leadership in the negotiations that entrenched Aboriginal and treaty rights.
Simon was appointed as Governor General in 2021. She was well known for her work on Arctic and Indigenous issues before she took on the role. Simon's successor, retired Supreme Court Justice Louise Martin, will take on the position next week. Well, yesterday we saw fresh highs on the TSX. Today, broad-based declines. The TSX was down 367 points. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 620, and tech stocks too were lower today. The Nasdaq falling 239 points by the closing bell. The Canadian dollar dropped 72.03 cents US, and the price of oil was up again today, up $2.26 to 96.02 US a barrel. Ensor McNeil sent us our second photo of the day. They say there was a big thunderstorm in Chepstow yesterday that brought a lot of hail with it. So what did Ensor do? Made not a snowman, but a hail man.
A hail man.
If that's the hail that fell, those are big.
I
like the dandelion. Is that a dandelion? I like that for
those almost look like snowballs, though, don't they?
They do look like snowballs, but
it's possible that it was hail. But hail's, I mean, that could be grapple too.
Maybe he squished together.
I think he squished grapple together because grapple is opaque, and hail tends to be generally can be more clear, but it can be opaque too. So hard to tell. May have been grapple, may have been hail. We did have convective weather, so both are possible.
Yeah, but hail man sounds better than grapple man.
Hail carrier. I'm kidding.
Grapple man just doesn't have the same ring
Grapple
to it.
Man sounds
And
like
so
a
I
horror
like
movie or
that. I
something,
like how you get lemons,
Yeah.
you make lemonade, you get grapple, you get grapple man.
Hail man does
The
sound
next
a lot better.
Marvel comic.
Yeah.
All right, Jay. Almanac.
All right, thank you, Stan Lee, for the photo. 14 degrees today. That's below average by a bit. It bumped up in the last hour, though, and it was 18, by the way.
The sun made it feel warmer, in my opinion.
It was seasonal in Maple Plains as well. It'll be mainly sunny tomorrow, Louise, but the difference is the wind direction, the wind speed. It's blustery, but that gets temperatures up low to mid-20s. Could feel into the high 20s, near 30 in a few spots. So
That's with the humidex.
Yeah.
So we could see that little bump in temperature because of that already.
We will not see the hail man, though, not surviving tomorrow.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ensor. Rest in peace. Thank you, Jay. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Good night, PEI.